Hey guys, welcome back to my channel C4D Wala, and in today's video we are going to create this avatar creature inside of Cinema 4D. Now you must be thinking that this is gonna be a very tough animation, but actually this creature is easy to create and animate in Cinema 4D, and actually we will use After Effects also to give this animation a stunning look. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So here we are in Cinema 4D's first. So first thing we need to do, we need to create one plane and then press ND so we can see the edges and vertices of this plane. Now I'm gonna reduce the size from here, and then I'll reduce the size from here. Let's go to the top view and let's increase the size. Now we don't need that much width segments, height segments, so I'm gonna delete that because we don't need height segments. Width segments, as you can see, we have 29, so height segment should be 1 only, or I think 2, and width segment we need much more, so let's choose 60, or let's say 100. Yep, I think this one looks good to me. Now press C to make this thing editable. Now go to the top view and I'm gonna select my point tool, and then I'm gonna select this point and move this over here like that. So if you see, we will get something like this. Now select this, press R for rotation, and by holding shift I'll rotate it like that. Then we will go to the deformers and we will choose blend deformer and move this blend inside this plane. Now select this blend and make it fit to parent. Now in strength we need to increase the value of this strength so we can bend it like that. Let's make it 210. Now select this bend, press E and move this a little bit downwards, so we will get this kind of shape. Now select this plane and then by holding shift select this blend, right click and go to connect object plus delete. Now press E to move this over here. Now we will go to the move graph and we will choose cloner. Select this plane and move inside this cloner. Select this plane and in mode we will go choose with the radial, and plane I'm gonna choose XZ. So we'll get something like this, and let's increase the radius, or let's say increase the radius to, let's say, 200 right now. Go to the transform and I'm gonna make it r.ph 90 like that. Go to the plane again, go to the object, and let's try to increase the radius somewhere around like this, so we will get this kind of shape. So let's make a proper value, let's say 1400. Yep, and we can increase the counts, so we'll get this kind of shape. Now our shape is done. Now select this cloner, then by holding shift select this plane, right click and connect object plus delete. Now our this much portion is done. Now we have to focus on the extra portion, so I'm gonna alt click on this dots 2 times, so we will hide this. Now select this cube, press S to zoom to that cube, increase the size a little bit like that, then press C, select this option, hit Ctrl A to select all of the faces, right click and I'm gonna choose loop path. By holding shift I'm gonna create one cut over here, then choose points. I'm gonna select those uppermost points and the lower ones. Go to the front view, press T and decrease the scale size like that, then increase from here also, then press E. By holding Ctrl move it over here, press T and scale it down like this, press E again, move this over here, again hold Ctrl and move this over here, so we'll get this kind of shape. Select this shape again, select those points, middle ones, press T and scale it a little bit like that. Select all this cube, right click and go to the connect object plus delete. So now all of this is one object. select a subdivision surface, select this cube and move inside this subdivision surface. So we'll get something like this. Select this subdivision. I'm gonna make it subdivision render 3. Select this subdivision and then this cube, or right click, connect object plus delete. Now alt click on this cloner, so we will get this stuff. Select this subdivision surface, press E, and I'm gonna move it over here like that. So as you can see, if you hit Ctrl R, our creature is almost ready. Now we have to apply some material, so simply double click on it, apply this material to the subdivision surface and this cloner. Go inside this material. I'm going to choose luminance and decrease the brightness of this luminance to, let's say, 60. If you hit Ctrl R, you will get this kind of creature. Now we will select our camera. We will choose enable this camera, but before that, go to the render settings, go to the output. Let's make it 1080 and width also 1080 like that. Select this camera. Go to the coordinates. Select this camera, coordinates 0 0. Select this 0, make it 0, make it 0. Yep. Now go to the right view and move this camera over here. So now we will get the perfect look of our creature. If you hit Ctrl R, we will get something like this. Now select both the layers, layers, right click and connect object plus delete. Now our object is ready. Now we need to animate it. So go to the deformers and over here you will get this one deformer called formula. So click on it. Simply move inside the subdivision surface. Select this formula. Go to the object menu and make it fit to parent. So if you play now, you will get something like this. Now over here you will get some code over here. So let's try to manage this one. If I type 0.2 instead of that 0.1, let's see how does it looks. We'll get something like this. Again, go to the formula. Over here, as you can see, we have this 2. Let's move it and let's make it 1, and let's see how our animation looks. We will get something like this. But if you see, this is not in a loop, and if instead of u plus t, if I type minus t, and let's see how does our animation looks, we will get something like this. Now select this formula. Let's make this 2 only. So as you can see, we will get this kind of looping animation. My animation length is 90, and as you can see, u minus t star 2.0 star pi star 0.01. So with the help of that, you will get this kind of stuff. If you increase the value of this one, so as you can see, we will get a little bit extra jiggle effect in this. Let's, instead of 0.1, suppose I'm going to choose 0.3, and let's see how does it looks. Get something like this. Let's make it 1, and let's see. So we'll get something like this, but this is not in the loop. So 1 and 0.3, let's make this 60, and now we will see the look of our animation. As you can see, this is in the form of loop. So make sure that this is going to be 1 and this is going to be 0.3. So our animation is ready. Now we have to render. So how should we supposed to render this if we want to compose it in After Effects? So let's see. Go to the render settings. In output, height width, as I said, we have 1080 by 1080. Lock the ratio. Resolution, make sure it's going to be 300 instead of current frame, all frames, because we need to render out all frames. Frame rate is going to be 30. Now in the saving options, make sure the format is PNG and then save the location. I'm gonna delete this image and I'm gonna type, let's call this as jelly, and save. And over here you will get this option called alpha channels. Then click on it like that, and now we will close it. We'll save this file and we'll press Shift R, so it will render out our all animation without the background, because we have enabled the alpha channel. So if I play over here, as you can see, our animation portion is done. Now we have to animate this thing I mean, we need to create multiple copies of it and animate in After Effects. So I'll go to the After Effects. I'll create a new composition. I'll call this as main animation. Width is 1920 by 180. Duration is 10 seconds. Background color is white. So hit OK. Actually, we need to choose black color, but I want to show you how this things works. So I'll press Ctrl I. So as you can see, I have this render images. Select this jelly 001 and make sure that you are enabling this PNG sequence, and simply hit import and drag and drop this over here. So as you can see, over here we have black thing, but over here we don't have any because it's a alpha render. If I press Ctrl Y to create a background layer of black color, and I'll move this over here, as you can see our background is black now. Now select this jellyfish. I'll press Ctrl Shift C and move all attributes into the new composition. I'm called this as not all this thing but only jelly, and hit OK. Now double click on it, hit Ctrl K to open the project settings. Background color I'm gonna choose black color and height width 1080 because my render is also like that. Now after that, what we will do, we will select this. At end of this, I'll hit Ctrl D and I'll move this over here because this is in the loop, so we have to repeat it again and again and again. So we will get this animation continuously like that. Now I'll create one adjustment layer. Right click, new and adjustment layer, go to the effect and presets panel, and what we need to do, we need to apply some, if you want then you can apply fill and other things, but I'm not gonna do that much things right now. So what I'll do, I'll go to the effect and presets panel and I'll apply glow effect on it. Simple. I'm gonna increase the threshold to 90, glow radius to 50, and glow intensity 0.8. So we will get the little bit glow in our animation, which looks quite cooler like that. Now go to the main animation. We have this jelly over here. Now I'm gonna rotate it like that. I'll place this over here, press S for scaling option and move this over here. Then I'm gonna hit Ctrl D, move this over here, press W to rotate it, move this over here, press S for scaling option and scale it down. Hit Ctrl D again, move it over here, W, move this, S, scale it down like that. Hit Ctrl D, move this over here, W, press S, scale it down. Hit Ctrl D, move this over here, W, press S for scale it like that. Hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, move it over here, W, S, increase the size like this. Select this, hit Ctrl D, move this over here, hit W like that. Hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, move it over here. Hit U, lock this background layer, hit Ctrl A to select all of them and convert this into 3D. Now right click, new, and I'm gonna create one camera over here. Don't change anything like that. Then instead of active camera, I'm gonna go in the top view, and as you can see we have all the jellyfish over here. So we will change the position of Z, each and every one like that. If you want, then you can change the positions of each and every one according to you. Right now I'm just gonna do it over here because I don't want to make this tutorial too much long, so you will get bored. And now let's move to the active camera view. Yep, things looks good to me. Now select all the layers, press P for position and create one keyframe over here. Zoom out a little bit and go to around 9 seconds. And now we will select this one. We will move this over here and hide it. Select this one, move this over here and hide it. We are just hiding so we can see where are our layers. We don't want any extra things. Hide it. Let's unhide all of them. Now if you see, we will get this kind of animation. Now select this initially, and I'm gonna move this over here, this one over here, this one over here, and this one over here. So if you see, now we'll get this kind of stuff. Now we want some alternations, so for that what we'll do, I'm gonna move this over. We'll create some alternate timelines for each and every one. So animations will get some alternations in our animation. Select all of them by holding shift and move all of them over here. So we will get some alternations in our animation. Now I don't want this thing to 5 seconds only. Now select this layer and move this keyframe over here, or go over here, and I'm gonna move this here only. So we will get this kind of animation in our After Effects. If you want to change the duration, you are free to do that. Like suppose this, select this one and change the duration of it, so some things will last longer in our screen. Now I'm gonna run this animation to 6 seconds only, so I'll hit N over here. Now right click, new, and create one null object and convert this null object into 3D. Select this camera, hit AA on it, and depth of field I'm gonna enable it. Now increase the aperture to 200, like that. Go to the top view, select this camera, and let's move the focus distance over here. So now it will focus on this jellyfish first. Let's increase the value of aperture. Now select this camera and make it apparent with this null one. Select this null one, press P. Now at 6 seconds, I'll go to the top view and I'll move this camera to this jellyfish. Let's see in active camera how does it looks, like that. So if I hit play now, I'll get this camera animation also. Go to the top view and let's see. Yep. Or you can choose two horizontal views. In this one I'm gonna choose active camera, and in this one I'll see this one. Let's move this a little bit forward up to here, until we will see this jellyfish properly. And if you want, then you can increase the aperture value also. Let's choose one view and active camera view, make this fit, and let's see right now how our animation looks. So as you can see, we will get some depth of field and focus distance animation also. If you want, then you can increase the timeline. Select this last keyframe and hit F9. So at this point it will focus on this jelly only. Let's make this half resolution and let's see our animation. It will take a little bit time to load because this is in the 3D, so that's why. Let's move this to 9. So yep, with the help of Cinema 4D and After Effects composition techniques, we can create this avatar like creature. And if you want, then you can add your text also, and you can go to the jellyfish. You can create another adjustment layer, and you can apply tint effect on it. You can swap these colors, so you will get this creature into black, but we are not gonna do that. Instead of blue or white, you are free to choose any color you want, like this one, and anything like that. Like if I swap these colors and if I change the color of this one, As you can see, we can create multiple types of avatar creatures with the help of this technique. Let's see, swap these colors and how does it looks. Yep. And you can play around with these colors, so you will get some differently results also. So it's totally up to you. Color choice, I am gonna leave it up to you. You are free to choose whatever color you want, but choose something precisely. So I'm gonna stick with that only. I'm not very good at color combination things. So yeah, with the help of this kind of techniques, you can create any, not this one, but any creature you want.